Embrace the challenge, for within every obstacle lies an opportunity to excel. Your journey begins with this report. Let your passion and determination illuminate your path to success. Good day, everyone. My name is Rechelll Cinas, and today I will discuss the legal aspects in tourism and hospitality, Chapter 2. So, the learning objectives, we have to identify important provisions in the Philippine Constitution related to tourism and travel, then enumerate the rights of travelers as well as entities engaged in the entire tourism, travel, and hospitality industry, and organize industry research. The law. The Constitution is the foundational law that establishes limits and defines the powers of government, ensuring all other laws align with its principles. It distributes powers among government departments for the benefit of the country. Article 3 Bill of Rights and Article 12 National Economy and Patrimony are some of the constitutional provisions related to tourism which may be given preferential attention. The Bill of Rights, Section 1: No person shall be deprived of life, liberty, and property without due process of law, nor shall any person be denied with the equal protection of the laws. So, life means more than mere animal existence, encompassing the right to a decent living. So particularly it emphasizes social and economic rights, that we are not just simply existing as an individual. So liberty includes freedom within the bounds of a civilized community, allowing individuals to use their faculties, live and work freely, pursue lawful calling, and enter into a proper contracts. Liberty as the freedom enjoyed in a civilized community, harmonized with the peaceful over existence of others. So this includes freedom to use one's faculties, freedom to use freedom to choose kung asa magpuyo, manarbaho, and to enter contracts. So property refers to anything with money value within the commerce of man, including the right to earn a living and engage in business. So we have also the equal protection of the law entails treating similarly situated persons equally, avoiding favoritism, and ensuring uniformity in benefits and burdens. With the principle of equal protection of the law mandates training similarly stated in an equal manner, so walay favoritism, and ensuring the uniformity in benefits and burdens. Uniformity of treatment should be the rule. Due process of law involves a fair and impartial trial with essential fairness, requiring notice, opportunity to defend, and lawful procedural due process demanded. So, to have fairness, there should have a fair and impartial trial or paglilitis. It involves a law that hears before condemning, proceeds with inquiry, and renders judgment after trial. So in many instances, communication and correspondences are inevitable in the tourism, travel, and hospitality industry. Because of its daily use, it is important to understand what laws may be applied. Section 3: The privacy of communication and correspondence shall be inviolable except upon lawful order of the court, or when public safety or order requires otherwise as prescribed by law. Any evidence obtained in violation of this or the preceding section shall be inadmissible for any purposes in any proceeding. So this provision covers different ways we communicate. Letters, telegrams, phone calls, messages, all of that. Now there's this law, Republic Act number 4200, also called the anti-wiretapping law. It is there to punish those who invade our privacy in communication. Now, under Section 3 of this law, the court can allow wiretapping in specific crimes like treason, espionage, rebellion, and other that threaten national security. And the catch here is that any evidence gathered through illegal wiretapping is like a poisonous tree. It can't be used in any administrative or criminal proceeding. That's to ensure our rights are respected. And if you're a K-drama fan, and I've watched, you've literally watched this scenario many times. Then, for a labor intensive industry like the tourism, travel, and hospitality industry, it is common to have disputes between two labor sectors and management. Likewise, depiction of women and children in an exploitative manner has happened in the past. Freedom of speech has to be understood in the right context. Section 4. No law shall be passed abridging the freedom of speech, of expression, or of the press, or the right of the people peaceably to assemble and petition the government for redress or grievances. The Supreme Court's view on obscenity, as seen in the case of People of the Philippines versus Marina Padan y Alova, emphasizes that certain materials like explicit depictions of sexual acts have no redeeming artistic value. In such cases, the court views it as clear obscenity, indecency, and an offense to public morals, particularly impacting the youth. It is an interesting balance between freedom of expressions and maintaining societal standards. Next, we have every person has through the right to travel and reside anywhere he chooses. Section 6, the liberty of abode and of changing the same within the limits prescribed by law shall not be impaired except upon lawful order of the court. Neither shall the right to travel be impaired except in the interest of national security, public safety, or public health as may be provided by law. So let's unpack this constitutional provision. It guarantees two important freedoms. First, the freedom to choose and change one's place of residence and dwelling place. Second, the freedom to travel within or outside the country. Now, it is crucial to note that these freedoms aren't absolute rights. They can be regulated by a lawful court order. For an instance, when someone is accused of a crime and is released on bail, that order acts as a lawful regulation. Additionally, a whole departure order may be issued, and this is considered a necessary consequence of a bail bond. It ensures that the person will be available when required by the legal process. So while we have these freedoms, there are legal considerations to ensure they align with the demands of justice. Once again, the labor-intensive nature of the tourism, travel, and hospitality industry elicits the possibility of unions and associations being formed to protect rights of employees while there is a provision in the Constitution on this matter. A lengthier discussion is covered by the chapter on labor law. Section 8, the right of the people, including those employed in the public and private sectors, to form unions, associations, or societies for purposes not contrary to law, shall not be abridged. Government employees can form unions, a significant right. However, unlike private sectors workers, they lack the constitutional right to strike due to the civil service rules. This distinction is emphasized in the case of Social Security System Employees Association versus the Court of Appeals. Um, all right. So let's talk about the rights of government employees. So they do have the right to form unions, which is a significant step towards ensuring the collective interest. However, unlike their counterparts in the private sector, there's a notable difference. Government employees do not have the constitutional right to strike. This restriction is a result of a civil service rules and regulations expressly prohibiting government employees from striking. A case that highlights this is the Social Security System Employees Association versus the Court of Appeals, GR number 85209, July 28, 1989. The court emphasized that while forming unions is allowed, the right to strike doesn't extend to government employees. Due to this regulation, it is an interesting distinction in labor rights between the public and private sectors. National economy and patrimony. So the law, it is important to be informed of some of the constitutional provisions on national economy and patrimony because some are applicable to tourism. Section 10, the Congress shall, upon recommendation of the Economic and Planning Agency, when the national interest dictates, reserve to citizens of the Philippines or to corporations or associations, at least 60% of host capital is owned by such citizens or such higher percentage as Congress may prescribe certain areas of investments. In the grant of rights, privileges, and concessions covering national economy and patrimony, the state shall give preference to qualified Filipinos. The state shall regulate and exercise authority over foreign investments within its national jurisdictions and in accordance with its national goals and priorities. So the conclusion, so as we can see, the law in the Philippines often prioritizes Filipino citizens in certain roles such as legal counsel and specific professional practices. However, exceptions are made when there's a scarcity of qualified local candidates, allowing for the employment of foreigners subject to necessary permits and visas. This reflects a balance between protecting a national interest and addressing practical workforce need. So, I think that would be all for my discussion. I hope we get to learn something for today, and thank you.